I'd like to call to order the Common Council meeting for April 23rd, 2024 at 6:02 p.m. Attendance roll call.
Alderperson Wolf.
Here.
Alderperson Hamel.
Here.
Alderperson Decker.
Here.
Alderperson Schwer.
Here.
Alderperson Schrader.
Here.
Alderperson Kubaki.
Here.
Alderperson Madden.
Here.
We have a quorum present.
Thank you. Statement of public notice.
This meeting was noticed in accordance with the open meeting law on Friday, April 19th, 2024.
Thank you. Public comment. City residents and taxpayers, anyone like to wish to bring forward anything on the agenda? I have one card from Mr. Dickman. Would you like to come forward? And
He's got to turn the mic.
the microphone will need to be turned on. It's on the side.
It's on.
It's not on.
Yeah, there you go there.
That should.
There it is.
Is it on?
Now it's got to be turned on.
You have it on here?
Yeah.
I think so.
How about now?
It's number one. It's on.
Okay.
Is it on?
Yep.
All right. Good enough. Good enough. We can hear you.
So, yeah, I wanted to speak to resolution number 23 of 24, in particular with regards to the ski ramp. As I took a look at the agenda and what's being brought forward again here is that looks like you're wanting to approve this ski ramp to be parked in front of the island that I own, and it kind of impedes my enjoyment of my property. It's been there now since probably 2010, so 13, 14 years. And when I first had moved out here, that ski ramp was moved every 2 years so because people deemed it an eyesore. And I'm a supporter of the water bugs, but at the same time, I don't want to be taken advantage of when it comes to having something in front of there. Even in the document, it says that it's supposed to be parked there. Well, that's not the case. Every year they go out there, they practice. That wasn't supposed to be happening. They're supposed to have the light on at night. It's usually down. And it's not just the water bugs that utilize that. It's other people who have been on the water bugs previously. And I guess what I'm asking for is to find another place. I did reach out to Sean, I think it's Sean Lincoln, back in December and asked him, I just had mentioned to him that I really didn't want to have to jump there any longer. So I felt that was pretty good notice to let him know, to make some arrangements. Maybe they could find one of the Waterbugs team member or come to and see the Common Council or whoever they needed to, if it was Tammy, Park and Rec or whoever, to see if there's another location to put this. Because for when I first moved here, it was over by the, the peninsula, whatever that road, where the little bridge is. Mm-hmm. When you're coming out of Isle to the right-hand side, there's that peninsula. I don't know, if any of you have been on the Waterbugs, you probably know what I'm talking about. It was parked there for many years. Then those people got upset and they didn't want to have it there anymore. So what they did is they moved it around where all the lily pads are on the other side. Those people didn't like looking at it anymore. Well, I think I've been more than fair to the water bugs. And I think if you own property and you wouldn't want that sitting in front of your property all year long. And again, it's not that I oppose the water bugs. It's just that it's my property. I want to be able to enjoy it too. So again, going back to December 12th, I asked him politely. He got back to me saying, well, that's something for you to take up with the city and Mayor Rick, because it's a contract that you guys had. To be quite frank, I really didn't even know there was a contract up until he mentioned it, because I just thought I was being a good citizen, if you will, and allowing him to park it there. And I really don't want it there anymore. I've had to spend money on my erosion out there to the tune of $3,000, $4,000. I have rocks hauled out there. I don't think anybody else who owns property on Little Muskego or whatever, wherever this jump is, would want to have it there for that long. So I'm asking the council not to approve this, go back to them and ask them, is there one of their members that would like to have that parked in front of their home? I think that that's reasonable. Or come back to the city and say, park it over by that little island right off of the launch there. They don't have to move it so far. But I can tell you, a lot of people won't want to have it there, and I don't want it there anymore. I think I've been more than fair, and it's time to make a change. So I hope that you reconsider and do not pass this resolution and go back to the drawing board and find something else that works. Because I think that for one individual to have it there for 13, 14 years, I think is really, not that fair.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
We will be discussing this later tonight, well, provided it gets taken out of consent. All right, moving on. Communications to the mayor's office. I've got two proclamations. Proclamation, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for planting trees, and whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce erosion and our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable source, giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of the business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. And whereas the city of Muskego has been recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation in honor of its commitment to effective urban forest management. Now, therefore, I, Richard R. Petfalski, Mayor of the City of Muskego, do hereby proclaim Friday, April 26, 2024, as Arbor Day in the City of Muskego, and urge all citizens to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and to support our city's urban forestry program. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of present and future generations, dated this 23rd day of April 2024. Second proclamation. Whereas the Fair Housing Act, enabled in April 11th, 1968, enshrined into federal law the goal of eliminating racial segregation and ending housing discrimination in the United States, and whereas the Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination in housing based on race, color, religion, sex, familiar status, national origin, and disability, and commits recipients of federal funding to affirmatively further fair housing in their community. And whereas the City of Muskego is committed to the mission and intent of Congress to promote fair and equal housing opportunities for all, and whereas our social fabric, the economy, health, and environment are strengthened in diverse, inclusive communities, and whereas more than 50 years after the passage of the Fair Housing Act, discrimination persists and many communities remain segregated, and whereas acts of housing discrimination and barriers to equal housing opportunity are repugnant to the common sense and decency of fairness. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Richard R. Petfalski, Mayor of the City of Muskego, do hereby declare the month of April 2024 as Fair Housing Month in the City of Muskego as an inclusive community committed to fair housing and to promote appropriate activities by private and public entities to provide and advocate for equal housing opportunities for all citizens and prospective residents of the City of Muskego, dated this 23rd day of April 2024. Thank you. Further communications, on Saturday, May 4th, we're doing the ribbon cutting for the new playground at Vets Park. I am going to be on vacation. I will not be there, but I encourage any and all of you to show up. It starts at 10 a.m. They're going to be doing a ribbon cutting with the chamber. So if you can make it, it'd be great.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
I don't even see.
so because I see.
Okay, all right.
All right.
No, all right, you'll be.
All right. Continuing on, consent agenda, approval of the common council minute meetings from April 9th and April 16th, 2024. Voucher approval, resolution 023-2024, approval of an agreement between the Waterbug Ski Team and the city of Muskego for pier placement, water ski jump, and show events at Idle Isle. Resolution 024-2024, approval of a 3-lot certified survey map for Supakowitz Trust. Resolution 025-2024, approval of a 2-lot certified survey map for Sion and Backlish. Resolution 026-2024, appointment of alderpersons to various boards and committees. Resolution 027-2024, appointment of citizen members to various boards and committees and commissions. Resolution 028-2024, declaring certain weeds to be noxious in the city of Muskego. Resolution 029-2024, appointment of a weed commissioner for the city of Muskego. And Resolution 030-2024, resolution declaring May 11th, 2024 as World Migratory Bird Day.
Motion to approve, except for, I'd like to pull off 23.
Okay. Anything else?
Second.
All's in favor of everything but Resolution 023-2024, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes.
No.
Resolution 023-2024. Approval of an agreement between the Waterbug Ski Team and the City of Muskego for pier placement, water ski jump, and show events at Idle Isle. I need a motion to get it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
Okay, I used to be on Waterbugs years back, and I know it used to move around. And I think Scott has a point that he brought up earlier here. I'm opening it up, I'd like to see the city and, or the Waterbugs look for another placement and pull it off and not approve it until that happens.
So our choices are, well, your choices are infinite if you want to, but the two realistic choices are by Scott's Island, which is technically a duck blind, but I'm not disparaging it, but that's what the approval is for the structure that's on it. Or one of the $1 million homes on the lake, or leaving it where they use it, which I don't have a.
Is it in the way of anything if they leave it where to use it?
It's a distract. I mean,
It's right off the park, right?
off the park. It's out of boating lanes.
That's a no wake area there as well where they
Yeah,
use
the issue with it becomes a target for people that are at the beach to want to swim out to. Every ski team I shouldn't say every ski. I don't know every ski team in the state, but I'll talk from firsthand of like my ski team up north. They don't move the ramp. It goes there in the beginning of the season.
right.
They chase people off it all the time. The Waterbugs were told that the city didn't want it there because of the liability to the city. There is no liability to the city. It's not our ramp. It's liability to the Waterbugs if somebody gets hurt on it. So you could leave it there, or pick somewhere else. But really, the two viable locations are where it's at or where it's used.
And that's fine. I just, the Waterbugs, is there a discussion for the contract before that happens, or?
Yeah, we talked about it. They came in and we went over the contract, and those are really the two viables.
And then he did mention that there's supposed to be a light on it that's not on.
That we can check on.
Yeah, especially if,
I can't speak
if you're
to
gonna move it closer to shore, you probably,
It's
you
supposed to be lit. Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't have any dilemmas.
So I'll need some direction on what you guys want to do.
What about where Scott was saying where it used to be? What?
You're putting it in front of $1 million house.
That's why they moved it originally. That's why they moved it around, so that didn't affect everybody all the time. I don't have a problem with leaving where the ramp is.
So other than where the swimmers are, I mean, to me, that seems like a decent location.
leave it where they use it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, the Waterbugs would prefer to keep it there. It takes them over an hour every night to go take it out to the island and come back. But if you're worried about liability, according to our attorney, we don't have any.
It's a
I'm
no
not
wake
worried
zone.
And
They
if it gets,
use it where it
I
is.
guess if it gets to be an issue this summer, we can revisit it.
Yeah, I'd be in favor of leaving it where they use it.
Yep.
Is there anything in the resolution we have to change?
Should we check with the water bugs first to make sure that they have
Oh, I did.
sufficient
already did.
insurance?
He
I met
said-
with them.
Okay,
We went over they have a whole new group running it this year, so.
okay.
I just might hit it when I'm on my boat. Can't be drinking.
I don't see Scott swimming out there either.
What is it? I didn't see it.
Nobody asked me to pass the speed.
You're right, we didn't. Yeah, that was intentional.
As long as does the agreement say anything about where it can be, as long as the agreement,
The resolution doesn't.
right, so if we have to change the agreement, we'll have to change the agreement, but they can vote on it, and I could just change the agreement.
Do you need to see the agreement?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make the motion to make the change to whatever you said.
Leave it where it's used.
I think that's all we need.
Yeah. However you want to word it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Alderman Wolf, you made the motion, correct?
I'll second it.
Yeah.
All those in favor of the motion to amend, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Any further discussion on the motion as amended? All those in favor of the motion as amended, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Thank you.
Now, they're just, I have no idea.
New business, Resolution 031, 2024, proceedings by the Common Council of the City of Muskego to discontinue and vacate a right-of-way in the City of Muskego, Wisconsin portion of Lake Drive.
Move to approve.
Second.
So there is a right-of-way or, yeah, I guess a right-of-way that cuts right between Muskego Beer and Liquor and where Citizens Bank of Muskego goes through. So what we're going to do is we're going to vacate it. When you vacate the land for a right-of-way, half of it goes to each property owner. So each of them will get half, and then they're working it out as far as transferring whose half goes to what, and it's all going to go over. So that's between them once they do that. This just gets rid of an alley that it's not used.
Do they plow it then, or do we?
There's
or
nothing to be done
nothing
with
to be
it.
done with
No,
it?
it's going to
Okay.
turn to private property then.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Review of committee reports. In front of you, you have the Finance Committee meeting minutes from March 12th, 2024 and March 26th, 2024, and the Plan Commission meeting minutes from March 5th, 2024.
Move to approve?
No, those are just for you.
Oh, sorry.
License approval. Approval of an outside dance permit to Parkland Lodge LLC, DBA The Lodge, located at South 74 West 17096, Janesville Road for the following event, June 9th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Outdoor sip and shop with live music.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. City officials report, there is, actually, I'm going to just discuss this. On the, there was a typo in the list that was given to you for the mayor appointments. On Finance Committee, I had Alderman Kabaki being a member on there and Alderman Madden being the alternate. It's supposed to be the opposite. So just to inform you that. And they've already been notified of that. City officials report, there is no more. Communications miscellaneous business as authorized by law. Any updates from any of the liaisons? And any future agenda item requests?
I thought we were supposed to have the police station,
We are, we're going to
police
do that
station.
in a call the next count next month.
Okay, sounds good.
Motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes. Have a good night, everyone. We're adjourned at 6:21.